I've been absent the last few days, actually a couple weeks now, because I wanted to mainly just focus on just doing this. Last Friday I had an interview with one of the local waste management places where I live, and I was thinking it'd be a good deal. You know what I mean? Like, on the application thing, it said 25 and then 27 after. Well, I talked to a recruiter and she said that she believed that beginning of that month that they had changed it to 27 to start, which is less than what I make now by kind of a long shot. But yeah, so I went through the whole process, got my interview, my physical interview. Met the guys down there, and it was kind of weird because most interviews, I know that they really try to push their core values, and the saying is common sense isn't so common. There's actually a lot of truth to that, I'm guessing, because it seems to me that they really want you to know that you need to be committed to this job, you know what I mean? And I asked about chain requirements and things like that. They started talking to me like I've never chained before, and I don't know, it's just I understand probably most of those guys that get hired on are probably they are class B at least. They probably drive buses or box trucks or something. But I'm class A. I've been kind of all over, so to speak. I've driven through some pretty gnarly winter storms. I don't know, man. I felt extremely overqualified for what they were putting down, and I'm not gonna take it. That's just the way it is. I was hoping, that if they could start me at 27, be home every night, cool. But they're also saying that during the winter is kind of their slower months because sometimes you might end your day at 1 o'clock, which is okay. But I mean, if you're already talking, a normal week is 45 hours to 50 hours. That's kind of low, considering now I do anywhere between 60 and 70. So, and I have constant overtime. Like, there's not a check that I've gotten from this company that has not been overtime. That's time and a half, of what I'm already making. So it's like, after my 40 hours, I'm making, let's just say $60 an hour, just to round it off. $60 to $70 an hour. Like, I'm sure you can do the math from that. But that's the reality, and I really can't do any less. I could swing 27. That's the thing, is I don't have many bills. I don't have a lot of debt, but I do have a certain level of cost of living, and if that is below 27, especially at 25, that's really low. Like, 25 is monetarily suicidal. I mean, that's not going to work for me. So I got to at least do like a train. So I got to at least do 27, but whatever. I'll just stick where I'm at and just deal with it. Hopefully Wallula opens up again, so maybe I can start going home on a more regular basis. Monday I did 14 hours. Tuesday I was actually sick. I got home. I had a Pepsi load on me going to Spokane, and I was sick, so I had to call out. However, that was a big, huge fucking thing because, you know, they wanted me to swap the trailer with somebody else so they could deliver it tomorrow, or, you know, on Wednesday. And I'm like, you know, I'm sure I'll be fine on Wednesday. And they're like, well, we need somebody who's 100%. Well, I ended up running Wednesday anyway, but I went to the coast to do a bunch of shit. You know, like, I was going to a lot of places I've never been to, a lot of places I don't want to go to anymore. So it almost felt like that was a repercussive move on their end. Like, oh, you want to call in sick, huh? Well, we're going to give you some crap that you're not going to enjoy. It is what it is. I really didn't mind. On the flip side of that, kind of regarding that, is you know, I had a lot of time to sit. It was a lot of time just sitting on the docks. And the night before Tuesday, I signed up for the Google cybersecurity certificate. It's something I've been wanting to do for a really long time, and I figured now I kind of am in a point in my life where, you know, I can focus more on that. You know, it's at your own pace, so you just kind of do what you can when you can. I have already completed the first week. That was literally on like the first day that I started using it, and you know, I've learned some stuff already, but nothing too in depth. I can't wait to get further into it on the week 2 section. You know, I'm more excited about the programming aspect because, you know, I have a lot of web design background. I have a lot of graphic design background, and of course videography background. Of course, not with the GoPro. This is just spitballing whatever. But, you know, I've owned some very expensive cameras in the past, and I don't know, a lot of that stuff has just become so blah. You know, everything's red, a red camera, you know, or you know, the Sony A7000 series, or, you know, I don't know. I guess I just kind of fell out of love with it almost right before DSLRs became like a popular mode of videography due to the frame rates. And of course, you could record to a memory card, which was a huge attractive option, considering before it was, what were they, the Super VHS tapes, and then they moved to the DV tapes. You know, days of Firewire. Good times, good times. Yeah, so that's been kind of my update, man. That's my update for right now. It's just focusing on my Google certs, getting that accomplished, and seeing where that road takes me. I'll certainly do more. You know, I'm not just going to get the one, and, you know, I'll go for the CompTIA, and I'll go for other stuff, as much stuff as I can. Yeah, exciting stuff. But yeah, that's my update. Right now I'm going to Pendleton. Yesterday was busy, man. I literally spent like 11 hours driving, just literally driving, and I didn't start until like 6 a.m. and that's because they had given me a load to offload in Seattle at 12 p.m. at noon, and I was only in Port Angeles, and that only takes about 2 hours to get down there, 2, maybe 3 hours. So I was setting myself up so I could do that, you know, without sitting around, you know, whatever. I mean, so I decided to sleep in a little bit, and so I text them, you know, I say, you know, what trailer number am I grabbing for this thing? Because, you know, they put X's and shit just to make you guess. And they said, well, they hadn't loaded that yet, so grab this other trailer and go do this other thing. And I'm like, bro, like, my 10 hours was up like 5 hours ago. Like, I could have been on the road like at 1, which is how I like to roll. I like to get at least 3 to 4 hours of like super morning, early night driving. So that's like half your day is already over, right? So then all you got to do is just deal with a little bit of traffic during the day, and then you're done. Like, You're literally done like around noon. That's what I like, because I don't like being encompassed around a bunch of people. They're dangerous, man, these guys. Like, here's a tip. When you're hauling a trailer like that, technically you're supposed to be going the truck speed. So you hauling a trailer and going 80 miles an hour is not the rules. Little hauler like that. That's not the rules. That's not the rules. Who cares, right? Oh yeah, that's the updates. Just been kind of rolling and doing my thing, you know, wilding out here. Nothing too crazy, man. Temperature's been kind of changing. I mean, that's, I think, evident everywhere. You can see the leaves turning like a yellow, gold, dark green. You know, they're changing into the fall season. To be real with y'all, I was really hoping I could get like a local job before snow hit, because I don't feel like chaining anymore. I'm so over that. My wife is pregnant though, so you know, if any of you guys watch on a regular basis, you might know that. But so I got a young one coming out January, kind of early part of January, moving into the middle part of January. So I'm probably going to take a week off before that, and then I'm going to take off as much paternity leave as I can, because why not? Bro, I got 2 other kids. I've never taken paternity leave off for any job. Never. My last one, I took 2 days off. My wife got home from the hospital, and I took 2 days off to help out, and then I was back to work. You know why? Because I was making minimum wage. Damn near. It's only a few dollars more than minimum wage, but shit, stuff like that matters. So it's like, yeah, yikes. So you missing a day, it means a lot. So, plus I can't remember if at the time they even had paternity leave. That was like a thing or whatnot. But where I work, they match your average, so it's not just like a base like minimum wage or whatever. It's, from what I'm told anyway, it's based on your average that you make a week. So, you know, I won't really lose out on much, if any. I'll be gaining, maybe. I don't know. Well, probably not, because I got on my diapers now. A kid. Then the house. The house is we got the foundation, we got the structure. It's a 2-level, 2-story house. It's got 2 bathrooms in it, 3 bedrooms. You know, all the usual shit. It's got a 2-car garage. So that's being built. That's coming along really nicely. They got the stairs put in the other day. God, what else? My wife she just bought paint for that exterior. So pretty soon they're going to be doing the electricals and the plumbing. Yeah, man, if you guys are curious about that, you know, let me know, and I'll give you some visuals on it, you know, so you have a good idea of what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, I was hoping to get in before November, but I don't know, man. I'm thinking probably March next year, or maybe after. I mean, of course, it'll probably be after the baby's born. I was really hoping we'd have the house before. You know, that way we can have Thanksgiving and Christmas. You know, all the good fuzzy feeling situations that life has to offer, especially with a baby. Yeah, so So I mean, things are good, man. You know, I mean, I have no complaints, bro. Like, I got no problems with life right now. It's fine. You know, today, like I said, today I'm going to Pendleton, offload this Pepsi, and then I'm going to Wallula to pick up OCC, and then I'm going home for the weekend, which is amazing. I've been sleeping in my truck the last 2 days, and I'm tired. Good Lord. I need to have my truck looked at, so I'm probably gonna maybe see if they can get me a loaner on Monday when I head back up there, because I don't know, it's like I put grease on the fifth wheel, but it's like the front end just seems really light, like there's just something missing, you know. Maybe, I don't know. So I put on what was it, like Lucas formula shit, you know. I don't even remember what it's called. It's expensive stuff. Lucas Performance. Fifth wheel grease on there, and it seemed to help, right? So, you know, last time when I went up to the yard, I grabbed a couple of the grease packets, because I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe you need more grease, you know, more grease can't be bad. I put them on there, and I slide on, you know, the little packets, and slide it on there, and I get going, and I'm like, man, the thing's acting screwed up again. Like, what's going on? So I don't know. And even after I put the other grease on there, it was still, I still felt like it was a little weird. But it performed better though. Like, I was able to stay in a straight line and all these things. Now it's like I'm having to, like, I bounce between the mayonnaise and the mustard, man. Like, it's a little ridiculous. I'm sure I look drunk driving down the road. It's embarrassing. I don't know what it is, but, and I've looked, man. I've checked my stuff. Like, it's almost like the steering is loose, but it's not. Like, I checked the shaft, I checked all the nuts and bolts, and cracked and bent and loose and everything else, and everything's fine. So, castle nuts and cotter pins. Anyway, I've recently started playing Pokemon Crystal. So I used to play, okay, this is just gonna be a talking video, because I've already just been chatting up, like, you know, the whole time, just talking, and I'm not even gonna edit it, so fuck off. So I used to play the Pokemon Blue back in the day. I had a blue Game Boy Pocket, and I used to have an original DMG as well. But that got stolen out of my mom's car when we went to go see a movie, and I had like games like Home Alone and, you know, good shit. Toy Story, man, like F1 Race. What was the other one? Solomon's Club. That was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed Solomon's Club. Anyway, off topic. So in like 98, 99, I ended up getting Pokemon Blue, and I've probably played through that game 100 zillion times. I had a friend that I ended up meeting, because I was military, so, you know, you would move around a lot. I ended up meeting a friend that had a Game Genie, man. That shit was a game changer. That opened my eyes to so much. I said, what is this? And it looked ugly as hell, you know? I'm like, what? And so he pops it in, he puts it in the code, and he starts fiddling with stuff. I think we were trying to get Mew. And it's like this whole convoluted situation of getting Mew. I ended up getting Mew, but I ended up like screwing up my game. But really, the only part that it screwed up was the Elite Four at the very end, when you beat everybody and your shit goes in the Hall of Fame, and it ended up like changing certain Pokemons and giving them different sounds and stuff. It doesn't matter. But I ended up picking up some reproduction cartridges and Game Boy Advance SP, which cost me like $189. Hey, you know what though? I support local. You know, that's the thing. Yeah, I probably could have went on eBay and bought one for like $110. But I'm supporting local. $189.99. This guy is great, and I couldn't be happier with it. It's my first SP. The other Game Boy that I have is a Game Boy Color, and then the other one that I have is a Game Boy Light, Japanese release, Game Boy Light, and that's great. However, I'm trying to find a power switch for it. The one that's in it works fine, but you know, it'd be nice to get some replacement parts for that. but I'm having a tough time with it. Anyways, so I started recently playing the Gen 2 Pokemon Crystal. The reproduction cartridges I got came with like all of them, you know, red, blue, yellow, green, even though that never really existed. Silver, gold, and crystal. And so I've just been tearing it up on the crystal for a minute. I tried to do a duplication glitch on it, and it ended up like erasing my game save. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I won't be doing that with it anymore. I gotta play normal on it. The part that sucks about the Game Genie that I didn't realize is that it only works with original Game Boy games. It doesn't work with the color games or anything like that. It'll work in the Game Boy Color. It'll work with any console. It just doesn't work for the games. And you know, again, I didn't realize that, but it is a less invasive way of modifying the game without going the Game Shark route. Game Shark, you know, from what I understand, is highly more invasive as far as how it modifies the game. So anyway, yeah, it's just interesting stuff. So I've been tearing it up on Gen 2. I don't really like it. I do prefer the Gen 1. I think Gen 1 is a little bit more genuine. But again, I grew up with it, so it's got the nostalgia for me. Gen 2 is just a little too cutesy. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Just not a big fan of it. Yeah, I've been tearing it up on the Pokemon cards too, man. I used to have a collection way back in the day. Evidently, so we had a house fire when I was younger, and a lot of that stuff had to go bye-bye, I guess, and somehow I fell out with my mom, and so we ended up getting back into contact. Well, the thing about it is she ended up coming across my cards, and I guess she ended up giving them to my sister, and I don't know what she did with them, but I had a lot of really good cards in there. Just, you know, Gen 1 base stuff. I mean, I even pulled a first edition German Charizard from one of my packs. I mean, I had Blastoises. I mean, I had so much, man. I had so much, and I never knew how to play. So I'm kind of getting back into it. I've probably spent more than I should on Pokemon cards already, but what can I say? Kind of reliving some nostalgia shit right now, I guess. So I'm gonna learn how to play the damn thing, because I have all these cards and it'd be nice to play. Plus I got kids now, man. Maybe my youngest will learn with me. That would be a lot of fun. She likes doing stuff with me, so maybe she'll learn with me, and I'll be like her thing, you know what I mean? Anyways, I'm sure this video is going on long enough. I'm gonna complete my day, and I'm gonna close this video out. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, you know where to put them, and that means put them in the comment box, not where you think if you want to know more about something, or if you have questions about anything that I've just talked about, please let me know, so I can, you know, inform, or, you know, whatever. I mean, whatever. It's an open forum, man. You know, we're all friends here. Come on now. There's no secrets. There's no secrets here. Well, hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day, right? Have a good weekend, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.